In just under 2 days, we're going to have the inauguration of President Donald J. Trump. And with that, we're going to have possible mass deportation. What is going to become of over 10 million illegal immigrants who have came into the country in the last 3 years under the last administration? President Trump said he's going to focus on the criminals. President Trump and J.D. Vance said they're going to focus on the criminals who have been causing lots of problems, and we have the examples of them here in New York City. Mass deportations can start as early as Tuesday. Here's what some officials have to say.
Mass deportation of migrants. As Sade Gray tells us tonight, they want to send a message not only to the president-elect, but to local leaders as well.
The administration of President-elect Donald Trump says they will focus on Chicago to initiate raids and deportation of undocumented immigrants. That's why more than 50 organizations have gathered here in Pilsen to send a message. Their message was loud and clear at the intersection of 18th and Blue Island in Pilsen. Trump's administration is vowing Chicago will be ground zero for their mass deportation.
If you look at even a memo by the Chicago Police Department, they have also said that it's
a very tough thing to do. But you have to have, you have rules, regulations, laws. They came in illegally.
It's a campaign promise from incoming President Donald Trump. And during an interview with NBC's Meet the Press in December, he doubled down on his threat to deport people and families living in the United States without legal documentation.
I don't want to be breaking up families, so the only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together and you have to send them all back.
These comments creating fear, especially in the greater Sacramento area.
The fear of family separation is really having a significant impact. So parents have started, disenrolling their children from benefits because they're so afraid.
I will say this about the separation of families. According to HHS, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, it's saying close to 60,000 undocumented children are unaccompanied at the border. So there's quite a few children who are already coming in from the border that are already separated from their families. So the narrative that has been pushed that they are fearing that some of these children are going to be separated from their family is just simply incorrect, because there are young children without their parents who are living in the United States since 2011, according to that data.
Many families with the question of how soon could this possibly happen.
Trump administration is likely to reach out to state and local governments to seek their assistance in enforcement during this deportation campaign.
Do you believe this will be a reality?
I think that we're going to see very tough immigration enforcement measures for the next 4 years.
So I'm not really sure why these people are fear-mongering so much that this is just such a bad thing. I think that if you do not have a border, you do not have a way to vet your citizens or the people who are coming in, you don't have a country. Just saying.
Then Governor Jerry Brown signed SB 54 into law, banning state and local law enforcement from working with ICE with few exceptions. In a recent interview, Brown told ABC 10.
Now, I do understand the nature of it all. Like if, there are some people who have become your friends and have interwoven, have become sort of family members. I understand all of that, like the human interactions and stuff. But, we need to have a system, and the system is very imperfect, obviously. I think that people are very frustrated, especially the ones who are coming here and committing a lot of crimes. I think people are very frustrated, and they were very focused on that. And I believe that's what the new administration will be focused on primarily.
Legislation, I think, is taking it broader, and some of the cities, like San Francisco, have gone way beyond in their effort to create a wall, almost a separation of state and federal government. I think that is going to prove difficult.
Republican California Congressman Tom McClintock has supported Trump's plan for deportation and believes it would happen soon. He emphasized a focus on people with a criminal record.
I think you're going to see an orderly deportation that will start with the 500,000 illegal migrants who have criminal records who've been allowed into this country.
And when it comes to DACA recipients, Democrat California Congressman Ami Bera says he hopes there can be an agreement with his colleagues on finding a solution to keep them in the states.
Maybe they do a year, 2 years of service, Peace Corps, Teach for America, other things. But let's come up with a way to, many of these people have been in our communities for a long time, to allow them to have some peace of mind.
What is being done to prepare right now, and how are families preparing for what may or may not happen?
Know what agencies are available to assist you.
But America, I guess the world's sweetheart, so to speak, they're very kind and giving and wants to help everyone. And with that sentiment, you kind of open the door for misuse. And I think the public perception of what has been happening, especially with the migrant crisis that's happened, I think a lot of people have just got fed up. They just got really frustrated and they just want to move on with their lives and want to be left alone. They want their kids to be safe again. They want to be safe again, especially here in New York City. And, it's very difficult when there's a lot of fear mongering around, deportation. And I don't understand why. I do understand that aliens do contribute to the labor force in some capacity, especially for people who are of means. It's another way of just, using the system to their benefit and underpaying these workers. And at the same time, we have a job crisis here, right? We have an unemployment crisis here in the United States. People are underemployed, and I don't think it's because of the migrant crisis. I think it's scale-based. But then you can also say like this is multifactorial as well. So anyways, that's it for this video, and I guess we have yet to see, we will see in the coming days how this is going to work. And Tom Homan and the ICE crew, they're definitely going to execute the plan, the mass deportation plan. So whether it starts on day one in Chicago and then trickles down to the other blue states, it's definitely going to happen, and we just have to brace ourselves for the change. So until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video.